Now it's time for Straight on the Point with Jesse T. from some undisclosed location somewhere in the world. Now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Jesse T.
It's the Jesse T Show right here on a wonderful Wednesday in Southern California. I'm scratching this. Lee, would you take this away from me? Otherwise, I'm going to throw it across the room. I'm scratching this one, too. Every time I come into this joint, this stuff doesn't work anymore. What are you doing to me, Lee? I don't know. You're killing me, baby. That's what you're doing. You're killing me. It's the Roundup Wound Up crew. To my right, what's happening? Michael Angelo.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
The Jolton J, J, Jeff Langton, and I don't know what this guy is. This guy,
a big bad zero.
A big bad zero. That's better than
a big
wolf.
Bat zero.
And I'm Jesse T, the Brown Beauty on duty. Good to have you along with me. Thank you. Look like a Goomba from Chicago. What are we talking about?
Hey,
I even got the ring. All right.
The boots are fly. All right. I like the boots.
I'm a contrast between a cowboy and a guinea. I tell you.
Gosh. Here we go.
All right, we got a great show lined up for you today. By the way, we've got a lot of great topics. We'll jump right into them. I do want you to know that, of course, you're on Facebook.com/Jesse Terrero, on the Power of Voices, on Straight on the Point, on Michael Angelo's Facebook, and, of course, we're on Instagram Live, Jesse Terrero, and YouTube Live. We are pushing that because we have to build the subscribers on YouTube Live. We've got to get that nice and big and enormous. That's right. We got to get you guys to pass it on down the line. We appreciate everybody for sharing out the show, liking the show. We're growing one step at a time. Now, instead of 5 listeners and 5 viewers, we have 5.5 listeners and 5.5 viewers because one of them is a midget. Thank you very much. Yes, we just got the midget joining. That's right. Uh-huh.
Hey.
All right, thank you.
I got a little medicated. I'm still getting medicated as we speak, actually.
Yeah, what are you drinking? Clear water?
Clear liquid juice.
Liquid juice, baby. That's right. And it's the Roundup Wound Up Show where we throw the issues out to you every Wednesday right here. And before we get started, I wanted to let you know that we have a special show later on tonight. Someone's phone is going ding, ding, ding. I don't know who that is. But nevertheless, we're going to be out at the LA Fashion Week for the kickoff of the opening of LA Fashion Week at the Alexander Hotel.
That's right.
And we want you to be there. We're going to be broadcasting live from there, little bits and that, and do the red carpet thing. You got to really turn that thing around some more. But that, there you go. Okay, all right. I'm teaching Lee Baby Michaels, the guru of all tech, how to set up tech. Go figure that one.
Every week, but it's always every week we got a rough start, man, but we managed through, man. We'll get through it. Let's stay positive.
All right, we're going to get positive, but we got to go negative first. We got to talk about Las Vegas because that's on everybody's mind, and everybody's hurting big time about Las Vegas. What do you think about that? Jeff Langton, what do you think about Las Vegas and what went down there?
In what capacity?
Any capacity.
Okay,
what are your thoughts
my capacity is this. A lot of people are saying that there was 2 shooters instead of just one lone wolf. I think that there was more than one. And the reason why is because you listen to the gunshots, it's more firearm going off. And it wasn't an AR-15, and it wasn't an AK-47. It was what they call a SAW, a belt-fed machine gun. Okay? So that's about really where I'm coming from. And I have people in Vegas with boots on the ground over there, and they said basically they don't believe that there was one shooter too.
Now, they did release a lot of pictures of the type of weapons he had upstairs, and he had some MP22s. He was shooting some .338. He had an AK-47. He had an AR-15. He had a shotgun. He had not 14, 16, or 19. He had 23 weapons that he brought upstairs. Now, here's my question. They say he brought up all these weapons in 10 suitcases. That's the newest theory right now, 10 suitcases. That means he broke them all down and put them together. You can do that with weapons. But here's the point I'm trying to say. Why do you bring 23 different weapons? Why don't you bring 84 different clips for 3 different weapons? And, he had a boot that we're getting from the media.
So how many weapons did you think that he brought up?
I have no idea. All I know, it doesn't make logic.
How many did you hear?
You heard 2 types of shot. You heard from the fourth floor, at least there's video that shows the sound in the shot and a muzzle flash coming from the 4th floor. He's not going to do that. And you know something? He's just not going to be shooting different types of rifles. It's just
okay. So you say that to say what?
Well,
what's your theory behind that?
Well,
just tell me so you can go in there.
Okay, well, this is what's happening, man. The guy, first off,
I agree. First of all, it doesn't make any sense for a guy like that.
First off, let me tell you guys a story about this guy. Yeah. Okay, I went to high school with this guy. Okay,
you knew him?
Is that right?
I knew his brother, Eric Paddock, the one that's talking in Florida.
Really?
He graduated from Poly High School in '78.
No shit.
The Paddock family grew up in Sun Valley. Everybody knew that the Paddock family's dad was a bank robber. I mean, everybody, a different world. Everybody knew everybody's business in Sun Valley. The local high school served the local neighborhoods. They didn't do it. But I went there with his brother. There's 4 in that family. Okay. They're only talking to one. Now, nobody... I'm going to tell you right now, that family wasn't especially crazy in Sun Valley. They weren't nuts. They weren't gang members. He knew. He's 64 years old. He knew Stephen Paddock between 8 and 12 years old. They used to play for Angeles Park together. He actually, man, I've known Richard Alarcon 35, 40 years growing up in the neighborhood. So that wasn't a crazy family. All right, so there's a lot of pieces of this story that just show that I don't believe that it was just one shooter. But I'm not ready to really set my feelings on that yet. But it just doesn't make sense what they're feeding us.
What do you think, Dan?
Well, in regards to the 23 weapons, obviously he was a hoarder and a pack rat.
I think that Jesse, I think let me break this down to you. Did anybody see the movie The Manchurian Candidate?
Of course, with Frank Sinatra.
Okay. Agency. Because, that's something you got to throw out there. I mean, you got to throw that out there. 23 weapons, the guy's going to lug up 23 weapons. He didn't have 20. He probably had 10 up there, maybe 5. If they found that many, I mean, maybe they put them in there, gun control. Who knows what the hell's going on with this thing, man?
Yeah, that's
really.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what on the straight on the point? Nobody knows what the hell's going on.
Let me add a little something to that. I was sitting there and I'm watching the news and I'm thinking to myself, wow. I mean, the timing is impeccable.
Oh yeah,
we got disasters going on. We got this whole issue with the island of Puerto Rico.
Go right down that alley now. Go for it.
And my whole gripe with that whole situation was the lack of response, or from the government.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Let me. I'm saying that to say. So then here we go to Vegas, big concert, mass shooting, mass killing, all this and that, and those people responded within. They were right there.
Yeah. He had 10 minutes about shooting. The time that he started shooting, he had about 9 to 10 minutes, but it took him an hour. It took him 72 minutes to get to him, okay, because they had to ramp up SWAT and ramp up all the security people. He barricaded himself behind the door. He shot a guy through the wall with another rifle.
I'm not even talking about that. What I'm talking about, I'm talking about the response. The response.
Well, they were there.
Look how quickly that community, the officials. I mean, they said it time and time again. We can't thank enough for the people, the officers, the first responders. I mean, they just kept reiterating that.
But Jeff, you spent a lot of time in Vegas over the last 3 or 4 decades. I mean, a lot of time. You know a lot of people there.
Yes.
What's the security like at these casinos?
Oh my God! This is another thing. It's really, really bumfounding my brain is that you go to Vegas and you go in there and these guys are walking around with guns on their hips, and you're telling me some guy starts popping rounds off, that those guys aren't going to, some Rambo type guys not going to come going through that door? I'm sure. I mean, inflicted gun wound, somebody shot that guy.
Well, let me make a correction there if I can, because there was a law passed in Nevada that said the casino security people could not have firearms on them. The actual guys in the jackets and the ties, they can't have firearms on them. When the corporations took over Las Vegas, they changed that law.
They still have firearms. The security, all the security have firearms.
Yes, they still are.
And they had, and the thing is, you got the sheriff's departments always going to the casinos. That I don't buy that. I've done 40 world titles
and the distraction.
So what are
I
you
mean,
saying? That because of Puerto Rico and because of North Korea, because of the tax, because of all the stuff that's
Another
DC's
distraction.
dealing with, another distraction. It does seem,
and people suck right into it.
Oh, yeah,
They
it
just-
does. Well,
they
yeah.
suck into it so quickly.
Yeah.
It's like, wow,
You
how
know,
easily
you're
the masses
right.
are manipulated so
It
quickly.
seems like that every time there's going to be a big happening going on in D.C., something political, there's a distraction that goes on in America or for America
Yeah.
that takes us right away. And it always has to do around sex, drugs, or rock and roll. I mean, think about it. That's what people gravitate to.
Yep,
Right?
exactly.
And so, you know,
It was
there's a lot
country,
to
though,
that.
Jesse.
It doesn't matter. That's where rock and roll started in country and bluegrass.
Country, blues,
and
baby. That's
and
why we're in
blues and all
blues.
that. But, you know, so when you start looking at that, so what do you guys think? Do you think there's a conspiracy behind it?
Oh yeah, there's definitely something behind it. There's something fishy behind the scenes, man. And it's just a shame that the American people, the masses, they just don't see it, man. They just don't see it. All they see is what they're being told. I mean, you're right. I mean, just so simple things. I mean, why is a guy gonna have 20? I mean, it's just ridiculous, man. It's just so far fetched, man. It's almost like it's set up. You know, it smells like a setup to me.
Floors down, floor 30, in the same type of room, 1,800 square foot. This is not a cheap room. This is
Right.
an 1,800 square foot house, basically.
Yeah,
up
it was
there.
too sweet. It was
It's like
a
a
suite, a
penthouse.
huge suite, yeah,
Okay.
huge.
So there's a guy at floor 30. He heard the whole thing. He smelled the smoke. He heard everything. There's a guy right next to this suite, an Australian guy and his girlfriend. They heard.
You know, we got a girl out there, Angeli McQueen.
Don't say her last name.
Okay, Angeli.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. But out there in Vegas, and
Went to the Philippines or Japan or wherever she's at. She's coming back now, but she's back now. She did land, so they're going to start interrogating her. But he sent her $100,000. Bam, wired.
He sent her that because she sells real estate. She gives lots away.
what did you say?
And Dan the man.
And one of my
I don't know
in-laws-
well, you know, I don't want people to get
Well, I mean, they're on the internet. I mean, it's a
Yeah,
Facebook.
well, that's okay.
Okay.
All right.
But we got that
All right,
covered.
all right,
Security
so-
reasons. Right.
But the lone shooter, if you believe that, then you believe Lee Harvey Oswald killed JFK. You believe Sirhan Sirhan killed Robert Kennedy. You believe the guy who killed Martin Luther King was a lone shooter. You believe, and you believe. I got a big giant
I
bridge.
believe in Santa Claus.
I got a big giant bridge in the Mojave Desert for sale for $29.95.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
All right.
All right, Puerto Rico. President
here we
Trump
go.
lands in Puerto Rico. Okay, and there's billions of dollars that have been sent to Puerto Rico prior to President Trump landing there. So money had been circulating in. They just had a hard time getting all the products and the water and the medical aid off the docks. They were actually sitting on the ships for a couple of days, couple of weeks, because they couldn't get mayors. Huge. It's not even the size of the island of Hawaii. Puerto Rico has not had any of their infrastructure redesigned, fixed, cleaned, working. There are the power plant that went down. People say those frayed wires have been there for 40 years coming from the power plant. That the infrastructure, the roads, the sewer. Where did all this $72 billion in debt that they owe us, the America, where did all that money go?
Thank everybody who did come together for our people. I mean, it was amazing. I say it is the people, not the government. And I think people are starting to really realize that don't government for anything. You know, we are strong enough and courageous enough and smart enough to come together, build and rebuild the island. So I think that's what I like to focus on. And we got another event coming up with the Kiki Mobile. It's, Together We Stand, and we're still doing a benefit to for the organizations of the Red Cross, who continues to support the island and try to get the people back on its feet. So
Yeah, absolutely. We do have to help them. We have to help them and support. A lot of support has come in from Americans who have donated their time, money, and energy to helping those folks. But look at my challenge that I have here is why does everybody have to politicize everything? Why does the politicians criticize everything for their own reasons? And I find that to be just outrageous.
yeah, well,
That's terrible.
What are your thoughts, Jolton Jay?
On Puerto Rico?
Yeah.
Well, I noticed Donald right for the people, and I'm sure that I don't think he's really concerned about the money that's being spent. I really don't. I think Puerto Rico makes great rum. They're beautiful women. It's a great place to go if you want a vacation, and it has a great hotel. So what is people worrying about? They're going to rebuild. It's going to be rebuilt.
Well, actually, this is an opportunity for them to rebuild that
and
whole
guess
island.
And guess what? And
Absolutely,
Donald
yeah.
Trump.
In a modern facility.
Okay, can I finish? You guys get it? Come on.
Yay, Ronrico.
So you guys understand the real story?
Well, they're talking about erasing their citizens to buy at 72 cents per bond is now down to 36 cents just on the words that they're going to erase the debt because the bond is based on the debt service. And so, but I think it would be a great thing if they would get rid of that debt service of $72 billion and start rebuilding all our resources in Puerto Rico.
Raul Castro. He's not coming to the plate.
No, man, he's sending these.
Raul Castro is Fidel Castro's brother.
Yeah,
okay?
he was actually the killer. He was the one that was pulling at the massacres. It was Raul Castro that was the guy.
I'm very educated.
The henchman.
I know all about Cuba.
And so, but we pulled back all our ambassadors from Cuba.
Great cigars too.
Because of they were having headaches and they were rebuilt.
Absolutely,
Let's bring them up. Let's bring them up to 2017 all the way. Everything.
Right, everything.
Electric
cars,
rebuild, infrastructure,
and then Puerto Ricans in Puerto Rico, hey man,
and
you
they can
got
get
to
some jobs.
Hey, get some jobs, but also become a United States state. Will you join the United States just like Hawaii did after World War II and Alaska did? Join America. I mean, after we rebuild them. What's wrong with you?
by the end of a gunpoint.
Yeah,
And that's how you keep it.
And the bottom line, guns don't kill people. People kill.
Well,
It's,
no, guns kill people.
If
Know
you just
that?
had a gun sitting there, it's not just going to kill somebody.
No, it would. It would.
It's just magically going to
Why
kill
don't they just
somebody.
take? No one ever thinks about this. This is everyone. This is a light bulb moment.
Guns don't
Okay,
kill
hold
people.
on, hold on.
Light bulb moment.
Hold-
Light
hold
bulb
on.
moment. Boom.
If you got rid of all the bullets, then the guns wouldn't hurt anybody, right?
No, but you could have.
Think about that for a minute.
No,
government is
wait.
already
Make the
buying
bullets illegal, not the guns.
No.
How can you shoot a gun if you don't have?
No. Make the crazy, psychotic killers like that guy. Put them. Let's have better. Clearing of people that can get guns legally. Much more psychological testing needs to be done on people. You look
Like what?
Look,
What other psychological tests can you have?
Everybody's a nutcase.
Okay, guys.
If that was the case, don't you got a gun, Jesse?
I got lots of them. I got more than that guy.
Point exactly. You
Okay,
don't deserve
okay,
to have no
okay.
gun, Jesse.
Okay, look it.
I'd be
What
real
is this?
worried with you with a gun.
You're going to be worried here with a pen.
Yeah, I'm not-
Directions.
I'm
Come
not
on,
gonna-
come on. Everybody knows what
electronic
I'm
device.
It makes your computer, it allows you
Fuck
the
up.
pointer on the computer to be able to point at different things. It's called a mouse, okay?
Okay.
It's tied to your
don't
computer,
point
right?
it at me,
But
okay?
if I come over there, and I beat you over the top of the head till you're dead, then that's called a mouse assault.
I thought it was a mouth assault.
Mouse assault. So if you have a weapon, I don't got to be on the 32nd floor.
Andy,
Jesse T, when's the
Don't-
last time you
Jesse,
got this
double A-
serious? When's the last time you saw a shrink?
That reminds me of the year-old guy that attacked a 30-year-old woman.
What?
They charged him with assault with a dead weapon.
only on this show.
Oh, my God.
Okay. I got a gun. All right. But it's a horrible.
I'm sweating here just thinking about it, man.
He has a gun.
Okay.
Everyone duck! No.
But if I don't use it, it's
I'm
just
sorry,
a
Dan.
gun. If I shoot somebody,
Hey, look at.
it's a gun with an
you
assault.
see-
So which one is it?
So I
And get
I
rid
agree,
of.
I agree with that.
Here's.
And some people shouldn't have guns like this.
Okay, wait, hold on.
wait a second.
Here's a serious moment.
But if shit goes down, I'm going to your house. Jesse T, what else damn guns you got?
Jump in the back of the M35.
He got a. Don't tell him where it's at though.
No.
But I'm going to tell you this is a serious moment now. Okay, can we? Okay.
Okay.
The thing is, the thing is, what you really need to do is putting a chip in a ball.
You cannot regulate bullets, man. Then
Who says?
Florida. The governor of Florida said we don't want you.
Really?
Yeah. Now
Is that
he
le-
can
is
go
that
there.
even legal?
No, he can go there. But
like,
you know,
what the hell?
if the governor said I don't
Something
want
new
you,
I don't know about?
No.
Shit.
All right.
Start denying me going into
No.
states now?
Here's the
Shit.
thing. Here's the thing. He's hanging out in Vegas, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and he's on the golf course like a day after. Okay, and I
God
saw all
God
the
only
blood.
knows, man.
The people. He got put in
Bullshit,
jail
that's the
in
American-
Vegas.
isn't that the
He got-
American way?
But should he have the right?
Yeah, why not?
no,
Everybody else
absolutely
has the same
not.
right. Everybody else
No.
is telling the story.
No,
Everybody
I-
else trying to make some money.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I'm going to get to keep it. He owes. I mean, isn't he still in debt? Doesn't
No,
he owe
he'll
the
figure out a
Goldmans
way to
and-
keep it. He's paid $100,000 to that $30 million debt. Go ahead.
I don't know who that masked man was, but he left a silver bullet.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's a dangling bullet.
I love the way that she...
Okay, well, here's how it goes down.
Okay.
The
Tell me.
guy served his time, right? The parole board let him out. The brother needs to make some dough. Okay, you got to make some ends. I mean, if you're gonna sell, you got to tell a story. Everybody wants a story.
I don't.
But I want to say something. I did see a really good movie called It. By the way, it was a great movie. Check it.
Be the executioner. Thank you. That's what I feel about that.
And Jesse mentioned Dangle. Well, that reminds me of there's an equation, a math equation on how you can be successful with women.
Okay, here we go.
It's the angle of the dangle plus the heat of the meat equals the mass of the ass.
Oh, my God.
Is that with the square root of pi?
Yes, ate something.
Look at guys, I
we
got to
go.
put up with this every Wednesday, you know.
Every day.
Yeah, and for
and
free.
do you know? And
You're not
you
even
know?
paid for it.
And do you know,
Roman, yes.
one final harder.
In its own right, but once again, Hollywood.
I know, but was it an actual rape or was it?
No,
actual,
he-
or was it a relationship? Was it?
No, he
I
said-
totally agree with that. I don't disagree with that.
Michael,
Who knows
look
about
at, check
these things?
this out.
Well,
Look
first
at-
of all, back in the days, I mean,
No,
this
no,
thing
wait
was
a
going
second.
on rampant anyway. So
200
to single
look
him
at-
out and say, "Oh,
no,
this guy,
no,
this, that, and the other,"
It didn't say he singled himself out, man. I mean, he said he was guilty of raping this 13-year-old in Hollywood.
but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, within
It wasn't
families,
legal.
friends,
It wasn't
relationship.
legal. It
I
wasn't
didn't- I
legal.
didn't say it was legal. I said it went on.
It went
on, and it went
it's
on.
going on right now. In 20,
She raped me.
or he raped she.
Let's get the stories.
Time they get caught. When they get caught by the police or get caught by some father or get caught by some mother and they get caught and thrown in jail and they all say, it's my first and only time and I promise not to do it again. FBI statistics say that has committed that crime 289 times before they got caught, no matter what they say.
Okay, now what I'm saying...
That's 289
what I'm saying to
families
you is-
wrecked.
Okay, I understand that. I get that. What I'm saying to you is this. Back in the day, in that period of time, this went on rapid. It was rampant. It was rampant.
Not
with
more
the-
rampant than it is now?
My point exactly.
Well,
it
he
went
was-
on with those people back in those days. That's how they
back in
got
those
down.
days.
That's
You're
what they
saying
did.
like 1960s is like 1022 AD.
It's not. It ain't 2017.
It's no difference in 2017. The law is the law.
No,
Bottom
listen. I get you, brother. I mean, there's
Yeah.
so many facets to that kind of, that
There
kind
is no
of,
facet for me.
You
a
know,
guy
I totally
rapes-
agree.
It's not okay. Period.
Okay, I agree.
Anywhere.
I say it's not. I totally agree with that.
Anywhere.
But those individuals who seek out children for sexual pleasure, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
that is a sick individual, and that person needs serious mental whatever it takes to whatever
they,
it takes.
They need to be executed.
Whatever it takes. Well, I
let
won't
me
go
be
that
the
far. I'm not
executioner.
God, and I'm not going to say, hey,
Well,
I'm
I
not going to
will.
sit here and say
will.
execute somebody for. I mean, if that was the case, everybody be getting fucking executed
Not
around here
me.
for all the shit they do.
Not me.
So,
not you. Not him. Not her. Not us.
well, that's
he.
easy to say, man. That's easy to say. But I'm just saying that there's just so many facets to it. So I totally, I'm not in pro this or pro that. I'm just saying any adult individual that seeks any type of children, obviously there is a serious sickness in their fucking
And
mind.
they can't be rehabbed.
Well,
Jeff,
I don't know
what do you
that.
say?
I couldn't say.
Oh, it's my turn?
You
Oh,
can
I
butt
get
in
it- I
any-
get-
you
I
can
get a
butt in-
turn?
You can butt in anytime you
Oh,
want.
okay. Well, I don't button. Hey, man, come on. He'd have to build himself a rocket ship. That's a bunch of bullshit. And the thing is, I'm not with that crap. And whoever sponsors that pedophilia bullshit And in Hollywood, I'm not with all that stuff. These guys going over there and, screwing up kids' lives for one, and the Catholic Church, with that whole thing going down. I mean, it's terrible. Anybody has do that to a child they should be put in prison and not even have water. I mean, that's a terrible act. There's nothing worse than that on this planet, man.
They should,
and that's all I got to say. I mean, what else you want me to say?
I agree with you.
I mean, what else to say? I mean, you're taking a child.
You're destroying him for life.
And it's like what is it? A man forcing. I mean, that guy, he ran over there, and the guy had some money.
Yep.
And he went over there, and now he's over doing the same thing. Yep. And someone, the thing is, they have people go out and people go look for people like that. So,
okay, let me just add one. I just want to add one thing to it. Now, I have a daughter. I have a daughter who's 19. Granted, she's not in my life, but I still think about her, and I know I have a daughter out there, and I wouldn't want something like that to happen to my daughter. However, sometimes you can't just put the blame on, someone else.
Oh, no.
Okay, hold on a second. Now, just hear me out.
Okay.
Now, if I was part of my daughter's life, at whatever age, I'm going to be there. I'm not going to trust my daughter with daycare, the nanny, the cleaner, or whomever. So if your kid is getting molested, guess what? The parent's not paying fucking attention.
It's just as much their fault.
Okay, so if you want to fucking throw around some fucking blame, let's start with that.
I agree.
You trusted your child
at
whatever age
That's right.
with someone else's hands, and guess what? That's what happens.
Yes, I agree 100%.
So there's enough responsibility to go fucking around. So,
so what should they do to the parents? Should be so the parents.
When she was born, she was my firstborn. I made a change in life completely when she was 3, and I left the entertainment business for almost 17 years completely. I shut the door because I was not about to allow my daughter to have anything ever happen to her. I was going to be in her life, pick her up from school, sit in the classroom,
whatever,
be Mr. Dad, Mr. Mom, Mr. Dad, take her to everything that she ever wanted to do, and be a part of her life completely. So I sunk my world into real estate and loans because it kept me 2 blocks away from my home.
Good.
Now, my wife, Mama T, made that commitment too. It took both of us. We didn't let our daughter go 2 doors down without us, one of us, standing in the front yard watching.
That's right.
Maybe cutting the roses.
That's right.
Maybe,
whatever.
Maybe sitting in my car.
You're there.
I'm right there watching.
You're there. Exactly.
She was never out of my sight. And never out of my sight. So when you say that the parents are responsible, they are.
That's right.
Period. And quote.
Story.
You have to make a choice in life.
That's right.
Okay? And if you choose to have children, then you have an obligation to them.
To keep them safe 24/7.
Okay?
So they're old enough
if they're taken away from you and you don't know where they are on the planet Earth, you can't control that, what somebody else may do. Because you're not there and you're not a part of that person's life. But if you're a part of that person's life, you have to be there.
That's right.
Period.
Exactly.
Okay? Or don't have kids.
That's right.
Now, the parents are responsible. And as well, the perpetrator. And I do want to make one point.
That too.
Just because a little girl who's 15 or 14 or 13 or 17 may dress provocatively, she may be flirtatious on the internet, she may do things, sexting and stuff on the internet with her little boyfriends that they all do now, just because of that gives no right for anybody to impose themselves upon that little girl. She doesn't know. And a man or a woman, because there's women raping women too, man or woman.
Women raping boys too.
Right. They have to have
goes all the way
They
around.
have to have more control over their actions. So there, the victims are victims, and perpetrators are perpetrators, and there's a clear line between that.
Amen.
All right, talk about the great guy Hugh Hefner. He passed away.
Oh, my boy, my idol.
Yeah,
man, I
Hugh
love
at
that
90,
guy.
91 years old.
I remember when I was a youngster.
Yeah,
age.
me too, man. Me too.
At a very young age,
yes.
looking at Playboy magazine and stuff, and man, I thought, I used to see the pictures, and I used to see the pictures with him with the, the silk robes,
Right.
and incredible life. Labeled
and
it.
allowed him to stay in the house till the end of his life.
Wow.
And so I happen to be able to go to the Playboy Mansion twice.
Yeah, I've been there twice
And
as well.
a long time ago.
Me too. 20
And-
years ago, maybe.
And it was really interesting. It was just great fun.
Yeah.
But what do you think about Hugh Hefner? I mean, he changed the world in terms of the sexual revolution of the 1960s, 50s,
Sure.
60s, and 70s.
Well, I mean, he just classed it up a little bit. That's one thing about Hefner. He got away with what he got away with. Unlike Larry Flint, was a little more.
He was too outrageous.
Outrageous and raunchy. Put
Yeah.
a little raunch.
Man,
to it.
he did know all the magazines.
But trust me, I
Hustler, baby.
I lived with those things, man. My Hefner himself, he just had a lot of class to him. So I tip my hat, and hopefully he's up there with some, with a lot of angels. As
Any
well, so.
stories about Hugh, baby, Jeff?
Hugh Michaels?
Yeah, Hugh Hefner.
Oh, I thought we were talking about. Yeah, of course. I've been to the Playboy Mansion before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's a house.
Right, but I mean, Hugh Hefner.
What about him?
I mean, the guy changed. An entrepreneur, a businessman. He
Hey,
changed
listen.
the direction of
let me
America.
explain something to you. Let me explain. So
Okay, here we go to word.
If you want, I'm going to be straight with you. I mean, every kid, they had a Playboy. It gets kids
Yeah.
familiar with
Kids, boys.
with the anatomy of a female,
Right.
And it's very graphic
Right.
and very beautiful. And
Right.
there's nothing more beautiful than a female's body. Everybody agrees to that,
I
right?
agree. Yeah.
Right? Okay,
Yeah.
so I mean, the guy provided a service for young kids, and the thing is,
How are we getting back to the kids, man?
I'm saying, like when you were like that first time.
You mean young boys? Is what you're saying?
young
Adolescent
kids?
boys.
I mean, hey, when you
Yeah,
were,
man, what?
Well, when I saw Playboys, it was a long time ago, and I thought all women were mermaids because it wasn't quite as graphic.
graphic as far as
From the waist down.
Oh, I
So
see.
I thought they were mermaids.
Oh, okay.
Oh, mermaids. But anyway,
Yeah.
you got to take a bus up to there, and
Yeah.
and every kid aspires to be with the, every
Yeah.
guy, wants to be with
With
the
the
playman.
robe and,
No. I mean, I saw him. I went, I shook his hand. I said,
Yeah.
"What's up, boss?" I
Yeah.
mean, and he was cool and everything. He had all this, that was the guy's lifestyle.
Yeah.
The thing is that, I mean, it was what he did is what he did. I mean, it's awesome that he, provided all these different things. And
Well, one heck of a business entrepreneur he was. He saw a niche in the marketplace. He changed the way America thought about sexuality. His magazine was pretty classy. They had terrific articles in there about
Right.
and about
bunny
social
clubs,
events
and they had
and
the bunny
everything.
clubs,
It just wasn't the sex, and that was my age.
Yeah, I mean,
Tom Petty. I mean,
I don't know what kind of lifestyle he lived or how he took care of himself, but yeah.
yes, there's a lot of very talented musicians out there, but you have to have a hit song. And Tom, he had the hit song, and
A
that's
lot
the
of
reason.
them.
And that's the reason why everybody knows about Tom Petty, right?
right.
Okay, but if I mention Johnny Winter,
Everybody knows Johnny Winter, at least I do.
okay,
Edgar Winter, Johnny Winter,
okay,
Jonathan Winters?
Jonathan Winters,
Okay,
yes,
so-
Mad World.
So as far as I'm saying is there young talent kind of? Absolutely.
You think the young talent, though, has the kind of musicianship that some of these guys had in the 1970s, 60s, and 50s? Because they kind of laid the foundation.
No. And the reason is because, well, no and yes. No, because rap music is kind of taken the norm of music where, you had the OJs and the Temptations and Marvin Gaye. And that was music to me, But anyway, the best thing to do is just to listen to people that you like, and you'll find out what happened.
I think rap music destroyed music, and I'm an OG guy. I mean, I was at K-Day for almost 10 years. I was one of the guys that brought rap music commercial 24/7. One of the first guys. And I got to tell you, when rap music came on, it changed music. When I mean it destroyed music, I mean it destroyed live playing music. Okay, that's why disco fell apart, because they couldn't support the big orchestras on the road. They couldn't manufacture that same kind of sound. But when rap music came along, it was all electronic, and that's basically with the beats were the thing, and all of that stuff. And it kind of took the musician out of it. Now rap is kind of in this hazy, grazy zone that it doesn't really know what to do with itself in that respect. And so what's taking place now is that the musicianship is coming back into popular music.
That's right. And the young kids today, the young adults that are musicians now, they're going back to old school. They're trying to get back to harmonizing and having, good lyrics and saying something. Then basically a song is you're supposed to tell a story. And people they forgot that.
Oh. Shout out to Norma Sanchez, actress, and the Macho Barachos in Echo Park, and the Righteous Brothers and Sisters in Compton.
There we go. Real quick, Monty Hall, Let's Make a Deal. Monty Hall, 96 years old, passed away today. Remember Monty Hall from the original, not Drew Carey, not the gentleman that's doing it now. I forget his name. He's a funny comedian. But Monty Hall passed away. Behind door number 1, behind door number 2, behind door, the great deal maker. Let's Make a Deal. Monty Hall, that great show. I loved watching that show because I always tried to figure out where the best prize was. Door number 1, door number 2. Should they take the money? Should they take the door? Should they take this? Just a great show. And people used to dress up and all that crazy stuff. Halloween costumes, real quick. What are you going to dress up as?
I've always liked the character of Dracula.
Yeah, of
I've
course.
always liked the Dracula character. So,
yeah,
I might do
with
that
the fangs and everything.
Wear the tuxedo with
slick
with
back
cape.
haircut, Bela Lugosi
grease
look.
the hair back and
jumping, jolting Jay, baby. Halloween.
What about it?
Well, you gonna dress up?
Hell no.
Okay, Dan the man.
I'm gonna be naked and just wear a pan over my unmentionables and go as Peter Pan.
I can't top it. I'm not even going to try. Hey, we are headed out to 501 South Spring Street, downtown L.A., to the Alexandria Hotel for LA Fashion Week kicking off. Grand opening. We're going to be out there doing the red carpet thing. Celebrity time. And also we're going to be live on the air. Also tomorrow we're going to be at Kiki Mobile.
That's
She's
right.
doing a big
Kiki
event.
Mobile, at Allure in Van Nuys, So, they're going to put on some comedy shows, and some celebrities are going to be in the house. And,
come on out because they want donations for Puerto Rico, money.
Exactly.
And participate. If you can't watch it, we're going to be live from out there. Jolton Jay, what's happening for you?
We're going to go down to the show, right?
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. God, I'm dealing
I guess he's going.
I'm dealing with Mr. Suave, Mr. Suave, the Goomba, and I'm dealing with Peter Pan. Hi, day.
Here we go.
Oh, my goodness.
You mean what's going on in my life?
Oh, no, forget it.
We'll have to do a show.
We're going to do a show. All right.
Anyway.
Hey, look it. This is Roundup Wound Up, and Trelick, the shark, is in Florida doing a movie.
Yo!
So we got to get him back.
That's right.
Next week, Roundup Wound Up will be here in the crew. You join us right here. The World According to Torero, you're straight on the point. Michael, Jeff, Dan the Man, Lee Baby Michaels, and Jesse T. See ya! The Brown Beauty's off duty.
That's right.
We're the fine guys.